Well, we're just trying to get better every week, and clearly scoring 1 goal a game wasn't going to be enough to get you through the whole season unless you shut out every team, which is unlikely. So it was good to get on the board. Some people got their first collegiate goals. We probably could have scored a bunch more, but all in all, yeah, it was a great start for our offense to get rolling into the weekend.
Overall, just as a coach, I guess, how nice is it just to kind of get all the girls to kind of play, just to get them experience and just some time?
It's very well deserved. These kids train their tails off. And generally, you know, you got your starting 11, you might get 5 or 6 or 7 other players in. That's 18, you carry 30. So it's not every day that you get them all out there at the same time. They all get to play at some point during the season. But to let them all have opening night with their friends and family in the stands, it was special. And I was proud of them too, because there was no drop off when they went out there. The game stayed at a high level. As a matter of fact, they were super aggressive, wanting to make their mark. And so from that standpoint, it was good for everybody.
Coach, you said last year App State kind of caught you off guard. Can you tell pregame that they were not going to catch you off guard again this year?
Yeah, we talked about it all week. We're like, you thought it was going to be easy going into Boone, North Carolina, and these guys like tomahawked you in the first half. And they have an attitude and a great coach, and they're just a really feisty team. But I told our team, I said, I think we're catching them at a good time. I think they're questioning themselves a little bit. They've had some really tough losses where they were the better team and still lost, so we have a chance to own them maybe mentally if we came out the right way, and we did. And I think that put them on their heels, and once we got that first goal, you could just see the air come out of the balloon for them a bit, and then we just put it on them.
Obviously, any goals are good goals, but nice to kind of spread it around, get everyone involved. 4 goals, 4 different players.
Well, and you know, we got all different kinds, right? We got them off crosses, we got them off a back to goal sequence where Allie shook 2 defenders and smashed her first goal in. Savannah got a follow-up, so on a rebound. So we scored a bunch of different kinds of goals that came in different parts of the field from different players. So I think that was a good sign as well.
You always talk about how it's kind of there's like a whole lot of mentality goes to this game.
Mm-hmm.
When you're leaving your opponent to only get maybe 2 shots on goal in the entire game, how much does that hurt them and make them unsettled? You
know, even in the game we lost, Pepperdine didn't have many shots on goal. We've played really well across the back. We've done a lot better at blocking shots, stepping to shooters. You know, some really good long-range shooters can make you pay in college soccer if you don't get out there to them. So I think our maturity is showing in that area. Other than switching our brain off twice in Malibu, our back 4 has been great. And so I thought, you know, Sunday night was another example of that.
Obviously some road tests already, but what exactly are you going to find out about your team in this 2-game set in Arizona?
I think more than anything, we're going to find out how tough we are because it's going to be hot. I mean, 104 in September, what? It's like 65 degrees when we got up this morning. You know, we're training in long-sleeve T-shirts here in West Texas. So that's going to be a shock to our system. 2 very athletic Pac-12 teams, one with a new coach, one with a coaching staff that's done a phenomenal job putting Arizona back on the map. So it's going to show some toughness because you just can't be talented and go up there and win. You got to be tough. You got to have attitude. You got to be fit and strong. You got to be deep. So all that will be tested this weekend.
Yeah, you notice that in kind of in any soccer league when the heat can really have a factor over such a long period of time. Is there any way to prepare for that at all, or just get there and then kind of get used to it?
You got to prepare mentally. You can't prepare for humidity. Like these teams that play in humidity, it's just beyond me. I mean, we live in paradise, right? This is the best weather ever in the fall. So for us, it's like soccer weather every day in the fall. But around the country in the southeast, I don't know how they play in that humidity in the southeast. And in Arizona, it's just the temperature because it's dry and there's some altitude there. But we're used to that being here in Lubbock. So not everybody can have the L.A., you know, San Diego weather in Lubbock, Texas, like we do.
I know I asked earlier. I guess do you have an injury update on Jade King and what her status might be?
You know, I don't know how they do it in soccer, but it's literally that day-to-day term. You know, there was clearly she was going to be out for a little bit, and now we're just kind of looking at her every day, and she's looking grumpier and grumpier when she's not released. So I know she's getting close, but we just don't know yet.
And so, obviously, you had Watson leave last season, and now you had 1 great goalkeeper last season. Now you've got 2 great goalkeepers. How does that feel to have such a good?
Yeah, we've had like 7 years of great goalkeeping, and so to have 2 that can both get a shutout and come up with the big save. They're both very good shot blockers and good organizers. It's put us in a great spot. If one of them surfaces and says, I want 90 by her play, she'll get it. And they know that. But right now, they just keep making each other better, and we're happy with that.
Going into the weekend?
Yeah, I think coming from last game, I think our attack was so much stronger than any of our other games. and I'm really confident going into these next 2 games, and I think we're going to do really good.
Last 2 matches, Allie and Kirsten obviously got their goals. Do you kind of see the confidence in them just kind of building, especially just with all the opportunities they've been able to get, and now they're finally kind of seeing it go in the net?
Yeah, I think their confidence is starting to build, and they're getting used to like the college game, and I think they're just starting to like become part of this team, and they're really putting goals in the back of the net for us.
Is that confidence kind of spreading to everyone? I mean, 4 goals from 4 different players.
Yeah, I think that's like shows like how like different like our attack is, and just how every one of us has like the opportunity to score, and how everyone's like a different threat on the team.
I guess overall, what do you kind of know about the team that you're going to play against, or have you all talked about it yet?
We know that these are our like 2 probably like top competitors of our whole like preseason matches, and I think we all know that, but we haven't really talked about like how good they are or anything. But we know that these are one of our top 2 non-conference games.
When it came to App State, how much did last season kind of getting off to a slow start, going down 1-0, kind of impact how fast you guys got out of the gate this week?
Yeah, I think our mentality was there last game, and I guess last season, I guess like we just like didn't start out great, but we knew we were like better than that team, but I guess we just didn't show it. And I think last game we just really showed how we play and who we are.
Yeah, I mean, I think it feels good. It gave us a little confidence boost. I mean, especially we got 4 goals from 4 different people. We know that the 2 forwards can score, and especially as freshmen, that's awesome. And to be able to score in front of a big crowd with a lot of pressure. But then also, we got goals from players on the bench and starters, so that's always exciting and gives us a good little confidence boost going into 2 hard games.
And then in terms of the defense, I guess, do you guys have to feel really confident about that, especially with all the clean sheets you've been able to get this year?
I mean, I think every game's just been a learning process, and we just strive to get better every day on set pieces especially, and just winning all the 50-50 balls and not letting the other team get shots off. And, I mean, we saw that we can get scored on a few weeks ago, and I think just since then we've picked it up, and we're just trying to stay focused in every game for 90-plus minutes.
How much of a factor? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
How much of a factor was that Pepperdine match, just in terms of just kind of getting y'all in terms of the reality check, and how much do you feel y'all responded from that?
I mean, I think we for sure responded really well. I mean, we wish it wouldn't have had to take that to make us kind of refocus and get rechecked in, but I mean, the best thing is that we learned from it and we're growing from it. And I mean, we have young players on the team, we also have old players on the team, and just a good reminder that no matter how old or young or how good you are, you can't get scored on.
Going out west again, what's your comfort level on the road at this point, having gone for your first 5 out there?
We definitely are starting to get used to the away games. It was almost like having our first home game the other day. It was like, kind of like forgot what it was like, but it is a good test for us, just because on the road things are harder and you're not necessarily as comfortable, but I think it's a good test for us, and the team is getting used to playing on the road, and that's always good.
Well, you guys dominated possession against App State. How important is something like that as you are on the road against teams that could score quickly?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's always good to have the ball more than the other team, but then especially on the road when the team has their field, they know how their field plays, and they're used to their field, and especially with the home crowd, and that's always exciting also when you dominate possession at an away field, because then it kind of shuts the other stands up. But it's very important for us. I mean, we're a possession team, but we also know when we need to kind of get away from that style too.